had my Magnosphere for almost 5 years now.
Wow.
I can go on with a lot of success stories, but Steve and they want me to talk about one particular case. I deal with some autistic kids. I'm getting the signal, okay? I'm on the spot yet. Okay. I started with this girl when she was 5 years old and got to work on her approximately 10 seconds at a time. Laying on the floor, every part of her body flailing, to the point that she got my trust and we moved on. Excuse me. When she's now 18. When she was about 13 years old was when I got the Magnosphere, and we started working with this. Some of her symptoms, well, she's a mute, so she's incommunicative. She's suffered from severe herpes zoster type breakouts all over her body. Nobody could figure out what it was. They went to the Center of Disease Control. Nobody could figure out what it was. This had nothing to do with the Magnosphere. We were just worried about getting her toned down. Well, after about a month of treatments, twice a week, those rashes have almost completely disappeared now. Only surfacing minorly during her period cycle. As far as tantrums, attacking teachers, being aggressive, it's probably 90% better at this point. Her brother is also autistic, but he's very high functioning. He's also been in the Magnosphere. And after about 6 months, they've also done stem cells. They've done everything for these kids. The Magnosphere is the biggest change that has happened. After being in the Magnosphere for about 2 months, his reading levels went up 3 grades.
Wow.
He's now in a college for autistic kids and doing extremely well. She comes into the office and runs into this chair. And the teachers at school, what have you done, all this other stuff, and the parents have told them what we do, what we're doing, and they just don't get it. They don't send people.
Yes.
You can't change anything more than that.
They think I'm cuckoo.
Yeah, well, yes.
What protocol are you using?
We started with the A160. We tried a couple other codes, and she's just an A160 all the time.
A160?
A1, it just
No.
really works well with her.
No, autism, they're very high strung, so they're very highly sympathomimetic. If you use a very strong sympathetic signal, you could do it in one treatment. I could calm down an autistic kid in one treatment. Because the tonicity of the ANS simply reverses itself, it snaps to the other side. So if you use A160, yeah, it's parasympathetic, so it takes a very long time to actually work on an autistic kid. If you use a sympathetic signal, you'll get an instant response.
So
Won't take you months,
code?
won't take you
Code or
years.
signal.
You wanna know?
Yes. Yes.
Not gonna tell you right now.
There you go, Gary. We'll work that one
Let me
hard.
just say one more thing.
He wants to tease
You
us.
were all talking about this thing about how you know something is happening. It depends on the particular condition you're treating. If you're treating pain, whether it's fibromyalgia or osteoarthritis or rheumatoid arthritis, it doesn't matter. You always go through the entire body and you get 0 to 10. I don't like this thing. You get 0, no pain, 10, the worst you can imagine. You get them to give you a number for every part of their body, the shoulders, the neck, the lower back, the thighs, the knees, the elbows, the hands, whatever. You get them to give you a number before you treat them. And then after you treat them, after an hour or whatever it is, you get them to give you numbers again for their entire body. And you said your neck was at 6, now it's at 2. You said your knees were at 8, now they're at 1. So you can demonstrate to a patient that the pain levels have changed. Let's say we're talking about a different condition like Parkinson's. There are a lot of different things you can do to show a Parkinson's patient that they're better. You don't have to, go and use FDA techniques. You could sit them down and say, try to get out of that chair. And how many times they try to get out of the chair is a determinant as to how they've improved. You know, if you take a Parkinsonian who's really rigid, it's gonna take them 3 or 4 times to get out of that chair and stand up. But after you treat them for an hour, you know, they'll get up. They'll just get up the first try or the second try. And you say, well, you see, it took you a lot longer to get out of that chair the first time. Or you just push them. Someone stands behind them, you just push them. How many steps does it take for them to regain their balance? There are ways to determine whether a patient is improved before and after the first treatment, assuming that you hit resonance the first time, depending on the condition. So you can't just say to a patient, do you feel anything? You can't ever do that to a patient, because patients who live with extreme pain, what they do is they simply repress it. They're not in touch with their pain. They don't want to be in touch with their pain. So they're not going to know if they're better. You have to demonstrate to them that the pain levels have changed or the condition has changed in one way or another. So you have to have determinants for every condition you treat in order to convince the patient that they've changed. You know, HRV is one determinant. It's one marker that's pretty objective. But there are a number of different signs and symptoms that you can utilize for any particular condition, you know, to establish whether they're better or not.
Thank you.
To them.
There's
To
gonna
them.
be more of this on Jerry's hour of power
Thank
later
you,
this
Jerry.
afternoon. And we will make him use the microphone.
I just one more thing to say about how you ask patients, what will I feel, what will I feel? My simplest thing is, you tell me at the end of the session. I do the number charts, but I don't want to infer anything on the patient that they may, you may feel this and that, they will. So at the end of the hour, you tell me what you feel. At the end of the hour, they forget because they've been out golf for the hour.